did I feel inside? I know it's right. What I can and I hide might steal my life. My spell, you fell under my spell now. 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 You fell under my spell now. I want something that is real, something to make me feel alive. Everything comes from nothing, everything is something, so just let it all keep happening. Don't be mean to someone's end, it's all just beginning, why can't we send an invitation to every end? All hands can clap, all hearts are beating equally, the pulse of the air we're breathing. We can leave one heart needed, we can leave it all the way, so play the music loud, form a bigger crowd. Don't let the lights go out. Don't be mean to someone's end, it's all just beginning, why can't we send an invitation to every end? All hands can clap, all hearts are beating equally, the pulse of the air we're breathing. We can leave one heart needed, we can leave it all the way, so because
Hello everybody and welcome to some collegiate Overwatch. This is the NECC semi-finals. So we are getting down to the wire. This is in like the top of the league, baby. We are seeing the best of the best playing, and today it is going to be UTD versus the Redbirds. Both these teams absolutely insane. Last week we saw the Redbirds go 3-0 versus Purdue University. Nothing to scoff at there. And then UT Dallas was battling it out versus CVU, and they came ahead 3-2. So both of those very intense games. I'd check out our stream from last week if you want to, because I was on the edge of my seat, let me tell you. But, you know, this week, UTD versus the Redbirds, that's the mindset we're in. But on the other side of the bracket, we are going to see Northwood versus Fisher College. Also extremely talented players on those teams as well. I'm excited to see the gameplay today. We are on the same patch that we were last week. We're not going to see any more patches until Season 2, which is going to be on December 6th. But, you know, I'm excited to see what we're going to get into here. And imagine we're going to be hopping into the map at any minute. I think we're starting out on a control map. Let me check my cheeky little notes here. So our choices of those going to be Ilios, Busan, Lijiang, Nepal, and Oasis. I am a big fan of most of those maps, but I think Lijiang and Busan definitely start top of my list. And that is generally what we see kind of in these early picks. So it is going to come down to what these teams are feeling today. But stick around and we'll be back in game in just a few minutes.
Your lips are stained with fiction. You always have your reasons, and I spoil you rotten. Your hands are sealed in pockets. You fill them with your secrets. To you, I am nothing. I am. Your kiss, sweet like poison. You know you make me reckless. I'll run, but you are friction. Your touch feels like heaven. You make me hate all my sins. You are my religion. My religion. I have a million reasons to leave you, but I have a billion reasons to keep you. I have a million reasons to leave you, but I have a billion reasons to keep you.
Not to say I told you so, but I did guess that the Lijiang Tower was going to be on the map, and indeed it is. We're going to be starting on Lijiang Gardens, and you will see that names are actually going to be swapped at the top. So the Comets are going to be on the red side, and the Redbirds are going to be on the blue side. I know a little bit of mental math working with you there. But Derpy, Cash, Pedal, Jukebox, Tin, all ready to go. And we're going to see what they're rolling out with. Little bit of memeing and Spawn, if I were to guess. Looks like the Redbirds not, you know, coming in here with this game with the same mystical whimsy that UTD holds in their heads. This is a really strong comp on the side of Redbirds. And I'm not going to say anything about UTD yet because they're still kind of shuffling around. But the Kiriko Lucio still extremely, extremely strong on the support line there. So a little bit of that. Mei is back in the game. So, I mean... And it looks like they are going to be rolling out with this Mei Bastion comp. With the Reinhardt, I don't hate it. We're shooting at the Echo, seeing what chip damage we can get done there. Vision dropping really low. UT Dallas kind of moving in. Very comfortable behind the shield of this Rein. UT Dallas is going to be the tankier team here. Stickies get stuck onto Derpy, but Vision going to be the first to fall to pedal on that Bastion. He's got that cheeky little hat on. You can't stop him. He's feeling himself. Lethal is going to take down Jukebox, though, so it is a 4v4. UT Dallas kind of trapped in this pagoda away from the side of the point. So Redbirds are going to be the first one to cap the point here. A lot of good damage coming out from that Echo. You can see that Lethal has already built their ultimate to about 75%. Unfortunately, Cash going to go down. Tin still throwing in the Kiriko Kitsune rush, but I mean, it is rough out here. Redbirds just cleaning up despite the use of that Kitsune rush. I feel like it was just too little too late. Vision swapping off of that Sojourn onto the Pharah. We're running double flight. And it is going to be mostly the job of Renko on that Kiriko to be healing these two flying characters. As, you know, Lucio, he can't really reach that far. And I can't blame him. UT Dallas giving up on their cheese comp. Going to move to something a little more standard. Pedal on that Sojourn. We know he can click heads. Cash on the Soldier. Very similarly slow. Gonna see the flying characters definitely under a lot of pressure with this, unless Vision goes into their back line, uses the rocket barrage, kills two. Cash gonna find Vision, but unfortunately it is too little too late. Moving Fish and Lethal gonna find two more, and with that, Cash decides to reset with the rest of the team. And if you look at this, the Redbirds are already at more than half to the point. Vision deciding to hop off that Pharah after using the barrage and back onto that Sojourn. I mean, Sojourn's just so strong right now. How could you not be playing her? Beat, Dupe, and Kitsune all available for the side of the Redbirds, whereas UT Dallas is really looking like beat kind of soon. But if Lethal is going to find quick picks like that, both Pedal and Juke falling before they even have the chance to engage, Cash going to find one, but it is just too little too late once again. UT Dallas, the point is at 80%, and they cannot get their feet under them. I think that cheese comp, you know, got a little bit in the way of building up momentum, if you will. Look at Moving Fish, just moving in and killing as much as UTD as he possibly can. Is dropping pretty low, but really nice Kiriko cleanse by Renko. But Renko not going to be able to get over that wall, going to get picked off by Pedal. That is Kitsune Rush out of the mix. Lethal beaming down Cash, and it is a 4v4. Fish moving in to bully Pedal back into spawn, and poor Pedal, despite being on this Sojourn, just cannot make it work. Lethal actually with a Lucio duplication, proving extremely fruitful. And I mean, the Redbirds just going to take it. Absolute dominance from them right now. Alright, hopefully that was enough to kind of, you know, shake UTD by their shoulders and tell them to get their head in the game. We're going to move on to Control Center here. I'd imagine we're going to be seeing a bit more of the support line, but the tanks and the DPS are a little bit more flexible in the meta right now. Monkey is definitely really strong, as is Sojourn. But you know, that second DPS kind of has a little more room to flex around if they want. I love the junk pick by Cash. I think that's going to be very, very fruitful, especially if the traps work out and they catch either the Monkey or the Lucio. I mean, that could be a quick and easy pick for them there. Derpy going to be staying on the Reinhardt as well. Lethal, we do a bit of joking. It's called a bit of trolling around here. Both teams moving in, but Derpy wants to assert a little more dominance on this high computer ground here. While the rest of the Redbirds are going to have to rotate directly onto point. Derpy and UTD rotating all the way around to come up behind the Redbirds here, doing quite a bit of chip damage. Cash up on this high ground misses the junk mine onto Sojourn, and unfortunately Moving Fish is going to find Derpy. That is going to be the first pick in this fight. And now Sojourn Vision coming up behind, killing two, both Tin and Cash. Unfortunately, Cash couldn't hit the, my brain said double satchel, wrong game. Could not hit the conch mine onto the Sojourn, so she was left alive on that coast. And I mean, Vision used that to their full advantage, walling off this Reinhardt. Lethal playing these Mei walls so well. Cash deciding junk is not actually the move, gonna swap onto this Reaper here. I mean, Reaper's always a good pick against the Monkey. You really can't go wrong with it. So UT Dallas definitely going to have to play and be conscientious of this Mei wall here. Derpy waiting for the Mei wall to move in, and they... Ooh, it's the trade there. I mean, Petal went down, but so did Renko, so that is the main heals down for the side of the Redbirds here. Whereas Tin is on that Baptiste, so there is plenty of healing to go around for UT Dallas. Vision killing the Immortality field before it manages to get too much stuff done. But Derpy, really nice Fire Strike onto Vision here. This is a scrappy fight. We see Moving Fish jump in here, but there are no immediate ults online except for Vision, who is going to be dead. Liar's still alive, but it is just too late in this fight for them to use beat. UT Dallas flipping that point at 50%, and finally they are on the board. Both Lucio beats available. Derpy gonna have Shatter here, and then both Petal and Cash sitting pretty close to their ults, but the Redbirds have all 5. Mei ult coming out, the Blizzard on the point, but Petal shuts down any more damage that Lethal is going to do before he has a chance to get anything done with that Blizzard. Moving Fish, though, gonna be in that Kitsune rush and absolutely moving, for lack of a better term. Finds 2 on the side of UT Dallas, and just like that, their point control is gonna be shut down. Luckily, they get to about 35, but 35-50. It's not over till it's over. 3 ultimates used on the side of the Redbirds there, and 2 ultimates used for UT Dallas. So, I mean, you know, Redbirds used that 1 extra ultimate. Was it worth it for point control? I would honestly say yes. Lethal is on that Widowmaker now. We're going to see how many heads they can click. I think that that's an interesting choice. I'm not sure where they're going to be positioned here, but, I mean, UTD knows that they are on that Widowmaker. And indeed, Tin gonna have to play a little bit back. Uses that lamp. Lethal kills Jukebox. I mean, there we go. The Widow is getting picks, and therefore it is worth it. Both Petal and Cash have their beats. Not their beats. Oh my goodness. Their ultimates available, but Jukebox is not anywhere near beat. Vision finds a kill. Derpy gonna trade it out, but it's just not enough. Petal going down with the overclock in hand. I don't know if UT Dallas is gonna have the time to touch. Cash still around on the Reaper. Maybe they can get it done, but I don't think UT Dallas is even gonna really go for it. It looks like Petal's just standing in spawn, and indeed, UT Dallas gonna, you know, stand back, let the Redbirds take Lijiang Tower. If this is the Lucio dupe, I am going to be very impressed. It's not. Pretty early on, these were the first few picks of this second fight. This is when Petal was still on that Bastion. You know, really nice sticky bombs onto Derpy there, and then gonna follow it up with a pick onto Jukebox. Really clean play from the Redbirds. I mean, they're in the top 4 for a reason. They've been one of the best schools in the Overwatch scene for years now, and they're nothing to be scoffed at. I mean, UTD is gonna have their work cut out for them. If that first game was anything to go by, the Redbirds are locked in, they are in the mindset, and they are ready to go. So, you know, UT Dallas gonna have to step up a little bit. We're going to go into break for just a minute while we pick those next maps, but I will see you guys on the other side. I knew it. Alright, whenever you're ready. You barely had to wait at all. That was like a blink and you miss it sort of break. And here we are on King's Row. I'm a King's Row lover. All of you know this about me. I'm also an Eichenwald lover, though. I'd love to see an Eichenwald pick. Just maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll see a King's Row ban. But today is not that day. We are on King's Row. And looks like UT Dallas going to be starting red and the Redbirds starting blue. You know, more of the same. Not going to confuse anyone here. But I would want to, once again, imagine the Lucio. Kiriko is going to be that support line. We did see the slight swap onto the Baptiste for UT Dallas for just a moment. But, you know, the strength of the speed boost plus the everything of the Kitsune Rush is just, you can't barely be beat. I'm sure it can be beat, but not by much. UTD on the attack. They're feeling a little silly in spawn. I like it. I like it. Keeping the morale high. That's what matters. And we are going to see a role swap. Moving Fish now on the DPS role, whereas Lethal is going to be the tank. So Lethal on this Roadhog pick. I am interested to see how this is going to shake out. Especially if Derpy stays this Sigma. But the Sojourn Reaper, not very shocking picks. They're really good all around damage. Petal going to be on this Ashe, and Cash on the Torbjorn. This Torb is nothing to scoff at. Torb can put out a lot of damage, and you know, the right hands, that headshot crit damage is actually insane. So do not scoff at the Torbjorn. He's oftentimes a kind of memey character, but in the hands of Cash, you know, something to be reckoned with. Lot of really good damage coming out from the Redbirds here as UT Dallas attempts to commit to the rotation around the statue. They're still thinking about it, but Petal gonna find that opening pick onto Vision, and that will take a lot of pressure off of UT Dallas to kind of like move in, you know. That's Sojourn no longer able to click heads with quite the, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? My brain isn't working today. It's fine, but that doesn't even matter because Juke is outputting the heals on this Baptiste. Actually running the Bap Kiriko. I think this is a really strong kind of composition as well, especially as opposed to the Lucio Kiriko. Both teams trading out. Renko is going to go down as opposed to Cash on the side of UTD. UTD did cap that first third and then just decided to back off a little bit, slow down. The whole hog is online, as are the Window as well as the Flux. Window going to come out really early here, kind of push most of the Redbirds off this point, pressuring Vision. Vision doesn't want to get picked off yet again, and here comes the Flux. It finds, I believe, initially 3, but the Kiriko cleanse is going to get 2 out. It is going to find Vision, and in the meantime, Liar has also gone down. It is a 3v5 in this current state. Kitsune Rush coming out on both sides, and here comes the Reaper Roadhog pinch onto this poor Sigma. The whole hog comes out. A lot of damage, but not quite enough when Sigma has the Kinetic Grasp available. No more deaths coming out. Bob has also entered the playing field, and Liar has gotten back with the beat, but unfortunately, Lethal dropping so low there, but it's just not quite enough. Petal finding 2, and just like that, UT Dallas is going to take this point. Really well played by the Comets. They are comfortable on King's Row, and boy is it showing. Nice little stagger on Torenko as well. They know that Lethal is lurking up there. Gets the hook onto Cash, but does not quite one-shot. It is close. Cash's life flashing before his eyes, but ultimately all right. Lethal's still looking for these cheeky picks. UT Dallas doesn't really have the mobility to punish him. I mean, Ashe could go up there, but she would just get hooked and cooked. So it's a good play by UTD to kind of ignore him for now. But I mean, if Vision's playing with him, then that could prove to be dangerous. Liar has swapped onto this Zenyatta now. That Orb of Discord going to be a really big sort of green flag for the Redbirds to play off of. And just like that, Vision is going to move in, not finding any immediate kills onto UT Dallas's team yet. And in fact, Vision is going to get taken down, so that push kind of stopped in its tracks. UT Dallas continuing to just very comfortably ride on this payload. Kiriko and Roadhog playing in this backline on Stairwell by second point, and the whole hog comes out, punishing Cash for trying to go back there. But Lethal gonna get punished equally. Renko going down as well, and I mean, UT Dallas, they're kind of taking advantage of these cheekier plays that we're seeing from the Redbirds here. The Redbirds trying to move in. There is the die coming out from Moving Fish. Is going to get booped away. Missed rock by Derpy, but still really solid play overall. The Kinetic Grasp, making sure that not too much of that damage is going to affect UT Dallas' team members. Derpy once again looking at the Flux online. I mean, that's only going to be matched by Renko's Kitsune Rush. Lethal just not finding what he's looking for on these hooks right now. And just like that, Payload going to tap second point. There is the hook he's looking for. As I said, Ashe, very nice squishy target for this Roadhog to play against. Juke gonna find the kill. And Liar is also playing this higher ground. Moving Fish actually swapping onto the Ashe as well. Kind of likes what he's seeing for Petal. Jukebox dropping super low. Really good cleanse from Tin right there, protecting his support buddy. Both support ultimates available on the side of the Redbirds right now. But I'm not sure they're gonna get the chance to use them. UT Dallas keeps getting these staggers, and Redbirds have really got to group up. Vision has swapped onto the Junkrat. I believe that swap happened right before the point was hit, but I just forgot to mention it earlier, so mentioning it now. And the Cassidy swap from Moving Fish as well decided that Ashe was not the cowboy for them, and gonna be perhaps looking for some Magnade damage. I'm not sure what the plan is here. Vision has that tire, 3 ultimates online for both sides, and Jukebox is gonna be the first one to use his with that window Tranquility coming out from Liar. And Vision actually gonna pop that tire. Did not hear the audio cue for that, but it is gonna find Jukebox, and that is a big chunk of UT Dallas's team now missing. Derpy and Juke both going down. The rest of UTD attempting to run for their lives, but unfortunately Cash gonna get hooked in and punched to death. And just like that, really nice turn of the tides there from the Redbirds. It looks like they used Tire and Transcendence, and that was about it. But UT Dallas did only use Window for that fight, so yes, it was a 1 fight, but 2 ultimates were input, and now it's just kind of like they're missing Transcendence, but it's really going to depend on which alts are used first, how these teams respond to each other. UT Dallas taking the long way around, it looks like. They do not want to get kind of trapped in that little alleyway on the opposite side. Ooh, the hook came out. That was really scary. I was nervous for 10 right there, but beautiful lamp comes out from Juke. I mean, the high noon is popped. Does not seem to find anything initially. Petal is going to go down to Vision in that Kitsune rush, though. The Molten Core has also come out. A little bit of zoning space for UT Dallas there. Looks like Kiriko is still in UTD's backline. Magnade hits, but does not kill. Cash going to find Vision in the backline with that turret. And as I said earlier, you cannot underestimate the Torb, who may have underestimated this Zenyatta, who drops pretty low. Liar's still in this corner, and Cash just cannot kill him. And now if we look at it, Lethal has moved around to play that spot where the Zen was initially playing and actually finds Tin in the meantime. UT Dallas, despite winning that weird fight in both alleyways, now doesn't really seem to know where they're going to go with this. Kiriko in their backline. Just kidding. Petal going to find both supports there. And just like that, UTD knows to hit the gas. Double kill in that Flux. Great plays onto both Lethal and Vision. Moving Fish going to go down once again to that turret. And just like that, UT Dallas continuing to move forward. They have 4 ultimates online. Juke has built the window back up. I mean, 3 ults on the side of the Redbirds here, and they're going to have to use them. Bob comes out and is going to find Lethal. Petal going to kill Moving Fish as well. The Kitsune rush, the tire. Really nice kill onto Petal there, but I'm just not sure it is going to be enough. No one to tap the point, and just like that, UT Dallas going to hit that 3rd checkpoint with 44 seconds in the bank. UT Dallas definitely has a stronger mindset on this map, I can tell you that much. They were goofing a little bit on the first one, but now, you know, they're still their normal goofy selves, but you can tell they're just a little more locked in. They are ready to, you know, meet the Redbirds where they stand, and this best of 5 not going down without a fight. Redbirds will now be on the attack here. And I'm interested to see what they're going to run, because I believe they'll still have to have Lethal on the tank here. Yes, and indeed they do. Lethal going to be on that Sigma. I would love to see Renko on Ana, actually. I think that'd be really interesting. I think that Ana's like... I think she's really viable in the Kitsune rush, but the positioning is going to be difficult, and normally you'd be playing against a Sojourn, so I guess the fact that UT Dallas not running a Sojourn may be a little more beneficial for that Ana, now that she doesn't have to be as afraid of the Sojourn E or the Sojourn headshot. But, you know, I'm interested to see how this is going to play out, because the anti-nade is really easily kind of countered by Kiriko's cleanse, and unless you're in Kitsune rush, you only get that nade every, you know, what is it? 8-second, 10-second cooldown? Don't remember off the top of my head. Been a minute since I've played Ana. But the Sigma v Sigma interaction, the Sojourn Junkrat versus the Torbjorn Lucio. Not Lucio, that is Hanzo. Why is my brain broken today? But, I mean, that's not going to stop Redbirds from moving right on in here. Vision going to take care of that turret first and foremost, and then looks like the Redbirds are going to do a split push. Half of them around the statue, the other half in Hotel, but Liar going to go down really early on that Kiriko, and Vision going to follow close behind. Petal on this Hanzo, just absolutely clicking heads, reminding me that he is not in fact Lucio, and he is a DPS character. Killing Renko as well, and Lethal going to try to escape using that kinetic grasp, but, you know, gonna get poked by UT Dallas just a little bit more. The Orb of Harmony gets a kill onto Jukebox though. Jukebox caught sleeping a little bit. UT Dallas now down 1 man, and the spawn advantage is going to the Redbirds. Renko actually on that Mercy now. I don't hate it, especially now that Vision's on the Pharah. You see that Pharah Mercy killing Petal pretty early. Derpy initially playing Hotel, but it is dangerous over here. Sojourn just absolutely doing so much damage, combined with the Pharah and the Orb of Discord. I mean, the Redbirds stumbled on that very first fight, but they are not stumbling any longer. They are ready to move into the streets phase. I think the choice of the Pharmacy is really smart here, especially into the Hanzo, because if they're running like a Sojourn or something, you'd have to be glued to your Pharah. Cash actually going to swap to the Echo to kind of counter this a little bit more. Echo tends to be stronger in air battles than Pharah does, but I mean, if Pharah has the pocket, then that is going to be a tough fight unless you just laser them right down. Cash shutting that down before it even starts. Vision does have the Barrage ready, as Lethal does the Gravitic Flux. And Renko is going to have Velk pretty soon as well. Valkyrie charges super quickly. Moving Fish getting taken out by Petal. Going to get rezzed right back up by Renko, though, like nothing happened at all. Just like that, Kitsune Rush coming in. Flux coming in. Dragons coming in. It is an ult-filled fight. Justice reigns from above, and Vision is going to use that Rocket Barrage. Find one on a Jukebox. Cash trades Vision out, but Lethal gets Tinspire. Fish manages to find Petal, and just like that, I mean, Cash got that duplicate, but just wasn't able to quite make anything happen with it. Derpy gonna die on point, but just like that, I mean, Redbird's moving right along. Both teams with only one ult in the bank. We have the Window from Jukebox versus Moving Fish's Overclock. So, I mean, Window, really good tempo ult, really good kind of defensive or offensive ult, depending on how you want to play it. But, I mean, with the aim and the damage that Moving Fish has been outputting, it's going to be really tough to play up against this Overclock. Derpy has decided to swap to the Reinhardt. Vision going to find the initial pick onto Petal, though, and then the Overclock comes through. Overclock not necessarily finding the kills, but making the space for Vision to move in with that Mercy pocket and just take down Jukebox, as well as one other. UT Dallas forced to move back. It is Kiriko, Reinhardt, and Echo still alive. Pressure from the Redbirds is not letting up, though. I mean, Pharmacy tried and true for a reason. Moving Fish gonna find Petal there. Once again, poor Petal taken out first in this fight. The point has been capped. 4.5 minutes on the clock. The Redbirds are sitting pretty right now. Lamp has already been used by Jukebox. So UT Dallas a little bit on the back foot at this moment. Lethal is gonna have the Flux, drops to about half HP. But is healed right back up by Renko and Liar. No big deal. Renko, once again, with that Valkyrie online, both the Barrage and the Flux available for the Redbirds as well. It is just Visor and soon Kitsune. But the Flux is coming out from Lethal. Finds a few. Jukebox has the lamp at the ready. Does manage to protect everyone, but Jukebox is super low. Unfortunately, the Kitsune is just too little too late. Vision has already killed Petal, and Juke has fallen as well. Not to mention, Renko has the res available, so it's like Vision was never even gone. Cash moving in, not finding any immediate kills, but is going to get taken out. Petal pops the Visor, gets immediately shut down by Vision. This Pharah is absolutely unstoppable right now. The lamp coming out to keep Tinspire up, but it's not for much longer. The Redbirds finding that team kill, and they are going to cap this point, it looks like. I mean, the Discord orb, someone's on point. All right. Just like that. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to 1 minute. UTD gonna have to put up the defense of their life here. This is a best of 5, so even if the Redbirds take it, it's still not over. It's the first to 3. But, I mean, UTD definitely on the back foot. It's hard not to lose morale when, you get 4 minutes, 30 seconds on the last point, and you gotta hold it for that long. I think that Pharmacy swap was absolutely dominant, because when you get to this level of play, Pharah does not miss her rockets. You are going to get bodied by that, and when it's damage boosted as well, forget about it. There's only so much you can do unless you are 100% sure you're going to be clicking heads. Not to mention, Liar playing an absolutely insane Zenyatta, getting all those discords, and the amount of damage output from that as well, just so hard to not be completely overwhelmed by. starting out on the defense, the Redbirds going to be running in Echo Mercy this time. Cash also on that Echo Petal, hovering the Sombra. I'm interested to see if this is going to shake out. The Sombra may be a counter to the Pharah, but it looks like Petal going to play a Pharah of his own. I would love to see it. Derpy? Doomfist? Question mark? I don't think so. I think it's a temporary thing. I'm praying it's a temporary thing. And indeed it is. Alright, it's all fun and games so someone brings out the Doomfist, yeah. Derpy is going to be playing the Sigma instead, and Lethal once again on this Roadhog. Seems like a comfortable pick for them. Petal going to be on that Genji, and Cash on the Torb once again. Really good damage output from UT Dallas right now. More of the tried and true UT Dallas support composition on that Baptiste Kiriko. The double immortality, if you'd like. But just chip damage coming out from both sides right now. And just like that, UT Dallas already down 30 seconds. They only have 30 seconds left. And you've got a minute on the clock. Every second counts. Looks like the hook attempts to come out onto Petal. Doesn't immediately find anything. Poor Petal dropping low. And Vision is in fact going to find Cash. Luckily for UT Dallas, they had the spawn advantage, but now two of their men have gone down. Derpy fallen as well. Petal, Jukebox, Tin. One after another after another. And just like that, Redbirds clean little hold on this first point here, and they have a clean 3 minute 30 seconds to take it back. So I mean, UTD going to have to go pretty crazy on this defense here. I'm interested to see what the comp is going to be. I'd imagine we're going to be seeing the Baptiste again. It's a really comfortable pick for UT Dallas. They're good at it. The lamps, as we've seen, have been just absolutely insane, and I'd imagine we'd see the Kiriko as well. Like, UT Dallas, once they find that kind of meta comp that they're comfortable on, it's not very often that you see them stray from that. But the Redbirds, we've been seeing a variety of heroes coming out from. So I am interested to see not only what the defense is going to look like, but the attack as well. Derpy on this Reinhardt. Not shocked by that one. When I think of Derpy, I think of the Reinhardt. So I think that's a really fun pick, and I'm excited to see how it's going to hold up, especially with this choke. Hopefully, I mean, Vision just doesn't get up there, because if Vision goes too crazy on that Reinhardt, lasers him down, then most of UT Dallas' defense is going to be pretty difficult. Cash on the Soldier, giving us a beautiful little show. Look at this jig he's putting on. Let's go. That is the morale that I need right now. UT Dallas on the Junkrat as well. Cheeky bit of spam damage. I don't imagine the JQ is going to stick around, but if it does, I would be the happiest caster in the world, because I know that she's not a good tank, but I think that she is so fun. So that's my 2 cents today. Cash holding this high ground, going to get pretty heavily pressured right out of the gates, and in fact is going to fall. Liar close behind. Liar asking, why me? And if that ain't the question of the day, Derpy dropping pretty low, but going to take Moving Fish down first, so I think that, you know, Redbirds, they have 3.5 minutes on the clock. They say, why not get a bit silly? And I can't blame them. I'd get a little bit silly too. Lethal finding a bit of damage with his JQ knife. And Derpy is in. I mean, Juke on the Lucio. Both lamp and speed boost used to get Derpy out right there. Lethal dropping to about half, but is ultimately healed back up. No big deal. Petal, similar state. And it looks like UT Dallas actually jumping onto this backline on the Ana. Derpy gets purpled, but is able to stay up. Cash, on the other hand, though, getting dived by that Echo once again. You hate to see it. Window coming out. And that is more heals for UT Dallas, unless that anti-nade hits, in which case it does. Lethal trying to move in on the huge purple from the Ana, but does not find a whole lot except for the end of Derpy's hammer. UT Dallas just kind of holding Redbirds at an arm's length right now, but the duplicate is online, as is Valkyrie. Moving Fish gonna fall, and the tire comes out. Will it find anyone? Going in the theater. All right, takes down Lethal. I mean, slowing down the tank a little bit, even if the tank is JQ. Oh my goodness. Ranko and Vision going on the flank of a Sentry right now. Liar attempting to heal. It looks like the Bap Dupe has come out. They want to split UT Dallas best they can. And if they throw a window up behind them, I mean, that's going to force UT Dallas to turn around, is it not? The back cap and 2 members of UTD have gone down. This is the most insane play I think I've ever seen in my life. But you know what? I kind of love it. especially if they manage to get juke out of it. I mean, Lethal also moving in with the JQ ultimate, and just like that, Redbirds taking King's Row, and honestly, a really fun point to watch. And that's how we do it, baby. That's how we do King's Row. It's so flexible. You can do so much with it, and that's what I love about it. Derpy gonna pick up the play of the game. Oh, it's the Flux. Of course it's the Flux, the two-man Flux. Petal, after picking off both supports, Derpy knows, hey, it's free real estate now. I mean, really strong plays from UT Dallas, but just stronger, more creative plays coming out from the Redbirds. Once again, there is a reason that they are the best of the best. And as good as UT Dallas is, I mean, how are you going to play against an Echo Mercy flank in your back line where the Echo is also Baptiste and they window your Reinhardt? There's only so much you can do. And you know what? I also would not have planned for that. So can't blame UTD there, but it is a best of 5, 2-0. There's still 3 games to go. You know, UT Dallas could hit us with the old reverse sweep. It's been done before. I'd love to see it again. We're going to be going into an escort map next, but I'm not quite sure which one. So hang tight while we get that figured out, and we'll see you on the other side. I'm so rusty today. Jesus Christ. I know. I saw it happen. And the jukebox hit you with the question mark. It's okay. We've all been there. We've all been there. I don't even blame you.
I was like panicking on my head.
That's so funny. I know. I saw the, what was it? Backslash bracket, and I'm like so real for that.
We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall.
Okay, go ahead. Whenever you're ready. Circuit Royale, baby. This is where the magic happens. I think any map can be where the magic happens, but this is the one that sounds like a Mario Kart track, and therefore it is my favorite. It is also the one where you can play Sigma on either offense or defense, which is another plus in my book, and furthermore, it's the only map where you can play Zenyatta and not get yelled at by your teammates. So I'm really hoping to see more of the Mercy's End. That would just make me so happy. But, you know, if not, I'm still excited to see what shakes out. But Renko, once again, on that Mercy. Lai are going to be on the Baptiste. Yeah, I think it's some cheeky little picks coming out here. The Sigmas on both sides. My giant brain predicted this. I obviously knew this was coming. With the Hanzo and Sojourn as well. Looks like UTD hovering double hit scan. I think that could be a good pick. And then Tin hovering the Moira. I am interested to see whether or not that is going to stick around. Just because, like, Moira's biggest utility is the fact that she can do damage. But, I mean, when the enemy supports are so strong and when your DPS are so strong, like, you know, there's only so much Moira we can do. So we are going to see the swap to Baptiste. I don't know if that analysis made any sense, but it made perfect sense in my brain. Baptiste has Lamp, Moira does not, and that is what matters at the end of the day. But it won't count if Vision is going to headshot for Doi out of spawn. Not to mention, we have seen the Doi sub in for Jukebox here. Just didn't mention that at first, but it is there, I promise. I mean, Petal getting a little cheeky on this Genji, but the damage boosted Hanzo is going to take it. Vision finding these kills. Poor Derpy barely escaping with his life right now. That lamp from Tin was definitely the clutch that they needed. Rock coming out. I mean, I don't know if this little side room is the way to go, guys. You have an angry damage boosted Hanzo who is killing your teammates on cooldown. Look at that, double back-to-back headshots. Vision is kind of going insane right now. Vision, I think, the only person on either team to have any kills at the moment, but Moving Fish says, nah, let me get in on that. And indeed they do, forcing UTD back into spawn. Dragons online, Valkyrie online, and I mean, Flux and Window not far behind that. UT Dallas gonna have to take a breather, reevaluate, because right now, this is not looking good. Deciding to take far side spawn door. I think that is definitely a good pick. Kind of deny Hanzo that LOS for just a little bit longer. You can have Derpy and Cash push this cart with the Sojourn and Sigma duo. Petal gonna dive into the backline as Genji. Window comes out, immediately disintegrates poor Derpy's shield. And I mean, Derpy gets rocked out of kinetic grasp as well. The Gravitic Flux available. Petal finally finding the pick that UTD needed onto Liar, but Renko is gonna get the... Just kidding. There's so much going on. Swapping the Shimada's going back and forth. Petal finding 2, Vision finding 2. Looks like the res onto Liar did go through, and just like that, Vision is back to doing what Vision does best, and that is killing people. Liar falling once again. Both ultimates for the DPS of UT Dallas coming out. Maybe a little bit overkill, but I mean, when they're holding you at spawn door, anything works. Anything to get out of there. And both teams, I mean, UT Dallas, despite using both DPS ults right there, they are going to be 2 ults ahead. They have the Kiriko ultimate as well as the Gravitic Flux, as opposed to just overclock for Moving Fish here. The Sojourn's kind of duking it out just a little bit. And it looks like Redbirds are going to hold this corner behind the hat shop, the dress shop, whatever you want to call it, the shop in general. Because it is the poke damage that is going to matter here. Here comes the Flux from Derpy, pulling them up in the air. But looks like the lamp came out with plenty of time. Doi throwing the Kitsune out as well. UT Dallas definitely going on the offensive here. But it's going to be slowed down immensely by Cash getting picked off. Petal and Tin finding 1 pick of their own, though. Tin finding 2. Put this man on DPS. Let's see it. Let's see it. The Sigma stalling point for as long as he can, but ultimately going to be taken out by our DPS Baptiste. And UT Dallas going to cap that point. I mean, once they got it moving, they have it moving. The momentum is really strong right now, so hopefully they'll be able to keep that up. It is going to be difficult in the face of the 2-5 ultimates that Redbirds are building up, seeing as we do only have a window on the side of UT Dallas right now. But Derpy doing a pretty good job of taking that space. And here comes the overclock from Moving Fish. That is going to be the first amount of pressure put onto UT Dallas. They are behind. Find that Genji. And it looks like Kiriko has just TP'd in as well. So Doi fighting for his life. The enemy Sojourn. Cash winning the Sojourn duel right there. But, I mean, the damage is done. We've already lost 1 member of UT Dallas. And it is now Scrappy back in fight. Derpy fleeing from there, but the Dragons have come out. They don't find an immediate picks, but they are going to zone UT Dallas off the cart for just a little bit longer. There is the Flux from Lethal, going to kill Cash in the air. And I mean, right now, once again, poking these 2 Sigmas, fighting each other. Derpy dropping so low, but the lamp comes out from Tin just in time. I was nervous because I thought it was just Doi heals for just a minute. Vision killing Petal while I'm not looking. And I mean, it was so scrappy, and that fight was so long. It was going back and forth for quite a while, but ultimately UT Dallas is going to have to back off this cart. You know, only so much damage you can take before you're like, all right, let's regroup. Especially, they have 4 ults online. You know, they can afford to regroup a little bit because 2-3 ults were put in on the side of the Redbirds there, and now they are also going to put Window in for tempo, so that is going to prevent UT Dallas from getting quite as aggro as they'd hoped, because, you know, you don't want to push up that ramp when there's a window at the end. Petal dashing in. Here comes the Flux from Derpy as well. His DPS duking it out. I mean, he drops so low. Both the Kitsune and the Blade coming out, and Petal is going to find 2 with that Blade. Moving Fish and Vision each finding a kill onto the enemy DPS. I mean, I think it was just a little too late for the Redbirds to take it back, but Lethal doesn't think so. Is going to pop that Flux. Killing Tin. It is just the Sigmas on the point now. Renko gonna find the res onto Vision. This Mercy providing, I mean, so much utility, proving to be almost invaluable. The amount of reses that we've seen, like, being pulled off by Renko right now, very, very impressive. Because, you know, if you get killed during that, then you lose 2 players, essentially. window for UT Dallas, overclock for UT Dallas. I mean, 2 DPS for Redbirds here. This is going to be kill heavy fight if the Redbirds manage to build that overclock as well. Here comes Cash though with the initial overclock, definitely just using it to kind of create a bit of pressure. Dragon's going to come out, create the space needed, but Petal has already killed Lethal, who was kind of sectioned off by this overclock. Cash running for his life, and the second overclock from Moving Fish coming out does not manage to find Tin's head. But the clock has run down. There are only 10 seconds left despite all these scrappy fights. I mean, the Redbirds still have held UTD at this mid-ramp for such a long time. Tin knows that he is a wanted man and has to be very careful of where that Sojourn is playing. Both teams still have all 5 men, but Valkyrie has been popped, so that is going to mean that the Redbirds are a little bit harder to kill. Flux coming out from Derpy, does manage to find one, gets rocked out of it. So unfortunate. The second half of that Flux damage is just not going to come through. Lethal having a mouse problem, question mark? Oh, just typing. It's fine. Because Vision and Moving Fish are going to be killing most of UTD in the meantime. And while UTD almost manages to cap that second point, they are just going to get stopped by the Redbirds. And I mean, we're going to have to see the defense of a lifetime. I'm ready for it. But the Redbirds are not going down without a fight. And I mean, the amount of time that UTD was stalled in that initial hold was pretty rough. I mean, we saw Vision at the spawn doors with a bow and arrow. And just headshot after headshot after headshot. I think it was 5 or 6 picks back to back to back from Vision right there. And I mean, just feels bad. But, you know, the DPS from UTD, equally capable. I mean, Tin, equally capable as well. So I would love to see, you know, the same aggression from UT Dallas. Not overly aggressive, but just enough to kind of put the Redbirds back in their place.
High concentrations of valuable items found. Omega priority message.
No one's gonna play us a song. This is the saddest day. Wait. Renko heard me. Renko just felt it. Allow them to serenade you. It's exquisite. I love it. This is the song of the Redbirds. This is the fight song, actually. I love that they cannot fix Sojourn, but they can put multiple working pianos in this game. And honestly, I think if that's the payoff I have to give, then that's totally fine. I'll take it. I was too enraptured by the music to look at the compositions of either team, so Lethal is jump scaring me with the Wrecking Ball pick here immediately onto Derpy's Sigma. And I mean, it's finding space. He is making space here. Lethal in the backline, zooming around, harassing poor Kiriko just a little bit. Cash playing this higher ground over the catwalk. And my Mercy Zen came to fruition. Unfortunately, Lethal gonna go down, but I am so excited to see Zenyatta back here. This Orb of Discord just absolutely proving fatal as it is supposed to. Vision on that Hanzo once again. Petal gonna match it. Looks like we're looking at, as far as DPS go, it's gonna be the same DPS, but everything else a little bit different. I love that the Redbirds are so flexible in their hero pool. It makes it a lot more engaging to watch. Vision finding Cash really early on, and that is going to be a lot of pressure off of the Redbirds now as they continue to move forward. Once again, pushing to this corner by Shop. It looks like Lethal has, you know, given up the Wrecking Ball shenanigans, much to my sadness, and is going to be back on that Roadhog, looking for any cheeky picks that he might be able to find with that hook. Zoe dropping pretty low. No need to sweat though, Tin is right behind. Looks like Derpy has established presence on the point, but Vision once again finding the pick onto Cash. Poor Cash playing Respawn Simulator, and then both Derpy, Tin, Petal all falling soon after. It is just Kiriko alive in this shop right now, but not if Liar has anything to say about it. So, I mean, 2.5 minutes. It's going to go up to 5 minutes. There it is. 5 minutes on the clock for, you know, 84 meters. It's especially when look how far up the Redbirds are pushed. And the movement from the Sojourn causes poor Derpy to whiff the Flux. Whole hog in the spawn. Derpy eating as much as he can with that kinetic grasp. But I mean, picks are already coming out. There was one pick onto Tin. Dragon's coming through. Cash does manage to find Moving Fish, but Vision gonna trade it right back for Cash like a magnet right now. Lethal finds Petal in that little tent. I mean, There's the res once again. This Mercy providing so much utility. And we're already at 44 meters. Only 40 left to go with 4 minutes on the clock. UT Dallas, it's looking rough. I know they can make the comeback. I know they have it in them, but they just have to find it. They are... Look how far up Redbirds are. They're in their heads. They're in their spawn. They're playing by pool right now, and they're still finding picks. Liar is just chilling. He is just completely cool as a cucumber right now. Finding the two that try to touch the point, and just like that, it's over. UT Dallas, unfortunately, going 0-3 against the Redbirds, who just proving they cannot be stopped right now. They went 3-0 last week. They went 3-0 this week. And I mean, UT Dallas has been playing out of their minds. But, you know, when you're fighting this many Hanzo headshots, it is difficult to get anything done. Crazy plays from the Redbirds today. And I mean, GG's to the Redbirds, GG's to UT Dallas. But, you know, Illinois just proving to have, you know, they're built different over there, I guess. What can I say? But that is going to conclude our semifinals match for NECC. Redbirds are going to take it 3-0 and move on to the finals. It's been a really good run for UT Dallas. We've had some really good games. But, you know, ultimately, Redbirds just went crazy today. You can't stop it when they're playing that well. They have so many great plays, so many talented mechanical players. And I mean, those creative plays and the weird comps, and I loved it. That's how Overwatch is meant to be played, you know? You never know what's going to happen next, and that is the beauty of the game right there. So thank you guys so much for sticking around with me today. I've been Crow. Make sure you follow, you know, UTD on the socials to stay up to date on any of the upcoming games, be it Overwatch or any of your other favorite games. You know, follow us, stick around, find some friends. We'd appreciate it. But make sure you guys are taking care of yourself, stay warm, and have a great rest of your evening.
You fell under my spell, so well, so well. You fell under my spell, so well, so well. You fell under my spell now, my spell, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell now, my spell, my spell. My spell, my spell, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell. My spell, my spell, my spell, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell. You fell under my You fell under my spell now. You fell under my spell, my spell. What I feel inside, I know is right. What I can and I hide might steal my life. My spell, my spell. You fell under my spell now. My spell, my spell. You fell under